Hi everybody, Graham here with the latest updates on the beta pre-launch of We Share Abundance. And if you were here last night, you will know that I didn't have my flag arranged correctly and it was still reflecting the light above. So I've not been doing nothing today. I've been rearranging the flag to make sure that it stopped the reflection. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with a little short prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, bless this community that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and through that love that each may find the joy of service, and through that service that they may attract all the blessings they need in life from you. Amen. Okay, so what have we got? We are called the beta pre-launch updates. So what does beta pre-launch mean? Beta means we're testing, and pre-launch means we're not even ready to go, even if everything tests okay. Because we're still in beta, we're still in pre-launch, those two factors haven't been completed yet. We've not finished testing and we're not ready to get going. I have never ever come across any opportunity system, bizump, whatever you want to call anything that happens online where people join with the objective of making money, usually, where in pre-launch they pay anything to the members. More often than not, they don't even allow the members to generate any income. But if they do generate income, it's stuck and they are not allowed to withdraw it. And when they do launch, the income that's been generated in pre-launch is usually not available to be withdrawn. It must be used internally. So a big difference with what our members have here is that not only have you been allowed to generate income, but you've been allowed to withdraw some of that income. And for that, I hope all members are grateful, regardless of the amount of income that they have been allowed to withdraw. Remember, most situations that you would get into, one, wouldn't allow you to generate income, and two, if you did generate income, even after launch, you wouldn't be able to draw anything at all from that income generated. You would only be able to use it internally. So just feel blessed with what you have here before you start complaining and moaning about withdrawals. Okay, that's me and my soapbox. So where are we? I'm going to give you the updates in a minute. I'm going to get Facebook and check who's in here and what's going on, hopefully. And it looks like I'm here, yeah. And the flag's in the right place, so it's got to be the right thing. All we need now are for comments to come up in Facebook. And it doesn't look like they're going to. It does look like they're going to. They just arrived. Okay, so hi everybody. And Uma and Russ are having a tussle of who can be the first person to comment each day. And Uma has won the day today. He's top of the list, pushing Russ into second place. So welcome to Pakistan and the UK. And then we've got more from the UK. And we have Suriname and Pakistan and Curacao. Wow, Curacao, nice to see you. Nigeria, Ghana, and Yara's here from Paraguay, more from the UK. USA, Alabama, Holland, Canada, Nova Scotia, Texas in the USA. Thanks, backside is not reflected anymore. Okay. Werner from the Netherlands, isn't it? India, New Zealand, South Africa. Amazing. It's like a around the world cruise, isn't it? All from India. Netherlands. Someone else from worldwide. I'm from worldwide too. Yeah. We're all worldwide citizens, and especially citizens of We Share Abundance, Eden. More from the UK, more from Pakistan. Somebody watched a movie filmed in Cornwall. Fisherman's Friends. Fisherman's Friends I know of as they were, I don't know whether you can still get them. They were little sort of grey powdery, you couldn't really call them a sweet or a candy, but they were very spicy and hot when you put them in your mouth. Fisherman's Friends. I'm not sure whether you can still get them. My word, we've got Crypto Dave here. He's hopefully feeling better. Cameroon. Okay, so we got all these people in the house. We have, in fact, I've got some numbers here that are a bit things that we've not talked about before, because I didn't have the numbers before. But we have 10,009 of our members have referred at least one staked member. No doubt we'll have members that have referred members that are active but not yet staked in addition to that. But we have 10,009 members who have referred at least one staked member. And between those 10,009, they've actually introduced 33,844 staked members. 33,844 staked members. That's members who have active stakes at this moment in time. So there may well be members that have introduced members that have staked as well, but their stakes have expired, so they don't qualify in that respect. That's an average of 3.385 staked members per member. Okay, some have only referred one and some have referred hundreds, but the average is 3.385, and that is about 33% higher than the norm. The norm for referring members into business opportunities and things, anything that is paid for, is around about 2.3 to 2.8. depending on which statistics you see, but it's usually near the lower margin, 2.3 to 2.8. And we've got an average of 3.385. It's about 30% up on the norm. And so congratulations to you all. You are better than average. Okay. Why have I got those figures out? Because I was looking at the possibility of how we can perhaps take the best advantage when we launch the new matrix system. And I was looking for the people that had referred the most members. And I thought maybe if we got the top 30 people and put them in the matrix, it might be beneficial for everybody. But I've been thinking about it, and I think it would be beneficial for everybody, but would it be necessarily fair? Because what about the people that introduced those top performers? Because they wouldn't be in that list, but should they be in the matrix before the top performers? And there's two ways of looking at it. I actually believe it would be more beneficial for somebody that introduced a top performer to be in their matrix rather than to have that top performer in their matrix. And the reason for that is if they fall below that person, they're going to get the benefit of the spillover from that person. If we had a huge multi-level matrix, 10 levels deep or something like that, then maybe it would be better the other way around. But I think it's better, actually. It's more beneficial for someone to be within a top recruiter's matrix than it is to have recruited a top recruiter, if that makes sense to you, because you will get spillover. You're virtually guaranteed spillover. If you recruit a top recruiter, it's going to fill just half of your matrix in a 2x4 matrix, and the other half isn't going to be filled. If you're under that top recruiter, the spillover is going to fill your matrix completely. So what I think I will do is I will contact, first of all, the people that recruited those top 30 and ask them if they want to be the referrer or within the top recruiters matrix, and I'll explain the benefits from both the way that I see it. And they will have the option, and that will preserve the integrity of our structure within We Share Abundance. And then they'll have the choice. And if they want to be within the top recruiters matrix, then we'll put the top recruiter in first, and we'll look for filling the first 30 positions in the matrix in that way. So I think that's the fairest way to do it. So that will be happening. That will be happening in you'll be contacted if you are somebody that's referred a top recruiter, and you will be given the option of either being in at the top above somebody that is a top recruiter, or in at the top below somebody that's a top recruiter. So we'll be looking for the top 30 there. So first of all, I'll be contacting 15 people who have referred top recruiters. and we'll see what response we get from them. And then I'll be contacting the top recruiters, and we'll be able then to place people in that matrix, and we'll have a powerful foundation for everybody else that joins, with hopefully creating a lot of spillover, which is always nice to think about, but you shouldn't rely on it. But I think it'll be a far more reliable spillover situation than you normally get. Normally people always talk about, oh, when you're going to get massive spillover, spill under, spill this, whatever, and you won't need to do anything, and the money will roll into your bank account. Wow. And if you've joined in that situation, you know it doesn't work. It doesn't happen. You might get an odd one. If you're really lucky, you might get a few. But basically, it doesn't happen. It's all hype. So that's why I've got those numbers, and that is how I propose to use them. You'll have the choice. Okay. Let me see if we've got some questions here. Let's see. Cathy says she just bought some Fisherman's Friends in Nova Scotia, so they are still available then. Okay. They always used to have a picture of a storm and an old, I think, sail-driven fishing boat. I can't remember, but it was certainly looked like something from the 1920s on the picture. Okay, let me see. Trading volume is low, just low. Yeah, it is. It is low today. I'll get to those numbers in a bit. Venezuela, Antonio, Nigeria, somebody's late, Hope Hesney, late from Nigeria. You've not missed an awful lot, and you can always watch the replay. You missed the most important part probably, and that is our little prayer at the beginning. But once again, you can watch the replay. And maybe if you've been a regular here, you'll know it by heart now anyway, and you can actually introduce it into your own prayer system if you pray. Hollandia, please, I would like admin of this platform to look into this. I purchased Nest Egg since the 2nd of this month, but never reflect in my wallet. If it's not in your wallet, then you haven't submitted a form. And if you've submitted a form, it doesn't have a valid TX ID on it. Ghana. I probably won't even hit the top 300 recruiters, never mind the top 30. It's not important whether you are one of the top recruiters or not. We all have different assets, we all have different abilities, and for people to say it's a level playing field and anybody can do it because I've done it, or this sort of thing which you often hear bandied about, is not accurate. A soccer pitch or a football pitch is a level playing field, but not everybody gets to the top of the professional ladder. Some don't have the skills, some don't have the talent, some don't have the drive, the desire, the mindset, the attitude to get there. But they have different assets in different areas, and so how well you perform in one area doesn't define your usefulness in life, and especially to this community. Your usefulness here will be measured by the love you give and the desire to help and share, and the desire to recreate Eden. I say recreate, that's probably not right, but allow Eden to once again flourish and open its gates to everybody. Eden has always been available. It is, if you are prepared to push aside greed and jealousy and hatred and this sort of thing, everything you need will flow to you. And that is the principle behind our community. When you talked about the top 30 performers, would it be by number of referrals, whatever was their staking level, or by volume of staking? The numbers of staking people, it's not defined at all by the level of staking. And we got more from the UK, Pakistan, same guy, Pakistan, all the way. Please, can you tell us the number of members the recruiters have? They wouldn't serve any purpose. The top recruiters have hundreds, and the bottom of the 10,000 have one. And there's 10,000 of them in between, so it's just not viable. I've always focused on helping others get referrals instead of getting directs for myself. I've helped over 400 people under me, but only 26 direct. Yeah, you have an amazing group, Antonio. Your attitude there is one that is commendable, and it is a terrific way to build a network. I think he's from Pakistan. Yeah, I think he is. Namibia, hi there. What is beta pre? I've been through that, so if you missed it, I hope watch the replay. I've gone through beta pre-launch in quite a lot of detail before we got into anything else. Okay, so I've done that. Devyani is feeling better today, not 100%, but she's been doing things. She's put some stuff into place that will help the admins. Let me just see if I can pull her report up. Have I got it? Yeah, just a minute. She, of course, also managed to run a query to get those numbers out for me on recruitment. It's something that wasn't available before. Okay, so she's been doing some bits and pieces, tidying up, and she is already and willing and able to work with Christian from tomorrow onwards, and we'll keep an eye on any tickets that have been referred to as support tickets, things that we can't answer for whatever reason, that she'll be able to pull up information. One of the problems we have with the old site, the one that we're using now, is that it was never built properly in the first place, and the fact that it is running as well as it does is an absolute massive tribute to Devyani. But one of the drawbacks is that we just don't have access to a lot of the information very easily. And we can't build that in because it would slow the system down. So if we need certain information that's not available to us, we have to go to Devyani. We can't just put in more queries on the database because it would just slow the site down to a stop. So hopefully when we get that new site eventually, whenever that is, then we'll see a massive improvement in so many things, so many things. It'll be amazing. Okay. Russ says, where's the wee Scots lassie tonight? Probably paying people out with withdrawals. She was paying withdrawals, but I think she finished her shift on withdrawals. So we got more from South Africa just joined the house. Okay, so maybe it's not long since she finished her shift, so maybe she's grabbing some food or something like that, something mundane. Okay, so there we go. That's that bit of paper out of the way. Let's oh yeah, on the general admin side, I've been talking about some of the things that I am, and organised was one that we covered yesterday. I am organised, and I got really organised today, and today went so well. I got an awful lot completed early on and was able to spend half a day going through things on the new site, putting queries to them and telling them the things that were needed, and we'll see how that plays out tomorrow. But hopefully that's been time well spent. It was something that I needed to do, and I organised my day to the point where I was able to do that. So that was good. So the admin side, not just from my point of view, but from all the people that support this community on a voluntary basis, they're wonderful, and it's bang up to date. And I personally really appreciate the help that they've given. Without them, we wouldn't exist. We were existing initially without them, but it became just an impossible task for one person, and it's now shared amongst probably 20 people. And when we get the new site, we'll probably be able to get even more people in helping and really reduce the workload on some of the people that are running things for us now. People like Lana and Lismo in the support desk do a massive amount of work in there, and more than they should need to, really. So hopefully we'll be able to reduce their workloads when we get the new site available. When will the new site be? I don't know. My hopes are that it could maybe be available for our anniversary, which effectively is April. I know we did actually launch on the 1st of March because people told me that they started getting their rewards for $5 on the 1st of March. But in my mind, it's April. So if we could get the new site for April, that would be an amazing achievement. But it's just a hope. I don't know. Don't hold out any ideas that that's a promise or an expectation from me. It's not. It's just, it would be lovely if that happened. If it takes longer than that, it takes longer than that. We'll have the new site as soon as it's available. Okay. Pakistan, South Africa, and Africa. Africa's a big country. Well, it's not a country, a big continent. I mean, that could be Egypt or Morocco or Ethiopia or South Africa. It could be lots of places, but welcome anyway from the continent of Africa. Okay, right, okay. So that's the updates on the admin and the development. Let's have some numbers. We had 481 new registrations today. That's up quite a lot on yesterday. We only had 272 yesterday, which was the lowest we've been for a while. 481 is the highest we've been for quite a while. So, but it was a net increase of just 142 because we removed 339 inactive members. And for the past 4 days, our active membership level has been going down, and it dipped just below 30,000 yesterday, 29,936. But it's again on the way up by 107, and we had 30,043 active members, and this is an average over the last few completed days. I always say this, but it's always a puzzle to me why that should go up and down so much. I would have thought active members would want to log in every day, and so it would always be around about the same or increasing slightly, but it tends to be quite violently up and down, but gradually getting up higher. And I suppose that last statement is the important one. It is gradually getting up higher. When we started recording it, I think we were around about 24,000, nearly 25,000 active members, and we are now usually consistently over 30,000 active members. We had as well 70 people who newly staked Pool 1, and we had 15 new elite members. And these numbers for elite members are perhaps a little bit lower than we would expect, and maybe are actually higher than I'm quoting, because some of the people that close their accounts, mind you, there are not that many of them. I mean, can't remember how many there were today, 8, I think, closed their accounts. Some of them are elite members, and so that would affect the numbers a little bit, but not significantly, I don't think so. But it is there. So we had 15 new elites joined in the last 24 hours. We dropped a little bit on the site ranking today, but we're still well under 10,000 in the ranking. We're 9,701 ranked site globally for visitors. It's down 37 places on yesterday, but it's still a really, really impressive number for a site in beta pre-launch. And we are still resisting the temptation to increase the price. We want to buy as many tokens as we can at as low a price as we can. And I think we're at $102. Let me just check if I've not, I'm logged out, I think. Just a second. It'll only take me a second to log back in. I think we are at, we're at $102, and we're holding it at $102 at the moment, trying to buy up as many tokens as we can. We're looking for people to get fed up with being sat in the queue and come down and sell their tokens at a price that is a bargain to us, and it's good for them anyway, to get $100 for the token. You know, this token was launched in April last year, the Visa token. I can't remember the exact date. You can find it if you go to Waves Exchange, but it was April last year. It was launched at $1. And to be at $102 now, even though we know internally and within our hearts that that is well undervalued, at $102, that is 10,200% increase in value in under 12 months. Just think about that, a 10,200% increase in value in under 12 months. It would be ridiculous to expect that kind of increase in the next 12 months. If it did, it'd be worth $100,000 by this time next year. But I can't see that happening. But it will increase, and it will increase significantly in the coming 12 months. And along with that increase in value, there will be an increase in liquidity as well. So that is, where am I? Lost. Yeah, so that is a little bit on the token, but we're hanging in there at 102. We're still, where are we? The 9th of the month, March. We've got 22 days left in March yet to see how many tokens we can buy up at as low a price as possible. It would be very easy for us to jump up to 150 or $250 dollars even, and buy up the tokens up to that point. We have the resources to do that, but I think that is based on what is showing now on the exchange. And if we do increase the price, what's always happened in the past is more tokens have come out of the woodwork, which isn't a bad thing, but it just means that we get stuck and we can't keep the control and keep the buying power that we have. So slow and steady wins the day in this case. And as I say, we've still got a lot of days left to the end of the month. So let's see where we get. So we are selling at 102 on the exchange, but coin ranking shows us as 101.58, which is steady as it's been over the past few days, where we've decided to maintain that level. But less people are willing to sell at that price at the moment, and so the actual trading volume is down. It was $11,202 when I took the figures, and that's over the last 24 hours. It's been lower than that in the past, but recently we've been usually higher than that. Yesterday was 22,900, but the day before that was only 11,347. The day before that was 31,000 and 37,000 before that, 16,000 before that. So it tends to be up and down quite a lot, between 11,000 and as high as 66,000 in the last 10 days, you know. It's not massively significant at this point in time. Eventually we'll want to see a lot more volume, and I believe that the new site, the Multiply Visa site, will increase the volume. It'll increase our coin ranking, it'll increase our liquidity, and the new site, when we get it for We Share Abundance, will have a similar effect as well. So that's where we are with that. In the back office, when I took the figures, the numbers, The market value is showing at $104.70. Our coin ranking is down 10 places to ranked at the 529th coin, which is still an amazing, remarkable feat for a coin that's not even 12 months old. So those are the numbers for you today. And we got Mauritius. Let's see if I can see any more comments. April is around the corner. Yes, spring is on the way. Can video tutorials and multiply Weezer will be needed for someone like me to understand well and bring in people? Yeah, we'll have video tutorials for multiply Weezer, and we will also on the new site have updated the new We Share Abundance site. Whenever we get it, we will have updated video tutorials on there as well. Slam Graham from Pakistan. I imagine that's a salam, not slam. I hope it is anyway. So salam to you too. I am happy to be the first pioneer from Namibia, and my team has been growing this past 1.5 months since I started. 60 members on 2 levels and 80 in my WhatsApp group. We are happily getting ready for Multiply Weezer site. Well done, Eugene, and we're very happy to have you as a member of our community. You can get elite members every end of 28 to 29th. Not sure what that means. I think that's referring to the fact that we get a lot more elite members joining at the end of the month, and we do. And end of the month and beginning of the month are peak times for people. And Mauritius, I think I welcomed you, Sylvie. Do something, sir. It's go up slow, nobody sale token, sir, anymore. Yeah, we have bought quite a lot of tokens today, but it's less than it has been. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Papua New Guinea. Julie, you're usually here as well. Good, good. When are you going to introduce the extra level in the bonus? As soon as we can. We've had other priorities. It's still on the to-do list. I also said that we would introduce an incentive for just referring active members rather than stake members, and that is on the to-do list as well. And in fact, Christian has a system where I can add things into the to-do lists and they're all there, and then they can prioritize them and work on them, and they've got the record there of everything, and it's a very efficient system, which it could only be actually with Christian in charge of it. He's an amazingly efficient man and very talented. We are very, very fortunate to have him as one of our members, and for him to be involved and happy to get involved and help the community with his personal talents, as we have members stepping forward to do it in so many different ways. I got signed up today and got 5 pulls. I'm so excited to be part of this family. Welcome to you, Godly. Christian is a top bloke. Yes, he is. And so are you, Crypto Dave. And so is everybody else here on this live and people that can't make the live as well. We have a core of wonderfully talented. Is that the right word? I suppose it is, because we all have different talents. We have a core of wonderfully talented and enthusiastic people who understand our vision and our mission and want to benefit the world, and through that desire to benefiting the world will in fact attract so much abundance into their own life, not just financial abundance, that'll happen anyway, but peace, hope, harmony and love, bringing health and happiness and liberty. Those are the true benefits that will be attracted into your life, and the financial side will just be a tool to help all of those. Okay. What about the I ams? We've had a number of I ams so far. As I said, the last one was I am organized, and that helped me today. We have had I am responsible, I am a winner, I have no limits, I am unlimited, I am respectful of time, and I am organized. So what else can we have in the I am mindset? I am a great decision maker is the next one I have on my list. Making decisions is something that some people are afraid to do. I remember a classic case, and it just staggered me. There was a company that I was employed by long time ago when I was, in fact, I was under 20, and it was quite a senior position, but in a big company, holding company, and they had a mailing room, obviously. And in the UK, there are 2 levels of mail. There's first class and second class. First class a bit more expensive than second class. First class is supposed to get there faster than second class. And the person in charge of the mailing room sorted things into first and second class. And then this day came along, and whoever it was that was responsible for sorting them into the first and second class wasn't there. And so the mailing room came to a standstill because nobody could make a decision as to what to send the mail out, whether to send it out first class or second class. And so rather than make a decision, they didn't send any of it out. And to me, that was just amazing. And I've asked a lot of people since, what would you have done? What would you have done? And a lot of them say, well, I don't know. I would probably have done the same. Some of them have said I'd send it all second class to save money. My response, my personal response was, if it had been me, I'd have sent everything out first class, because there will have been some important stuff in there that should have gone and been delivered the next day. And if you didn't know which was the important stuff and which wasn't, well, get it all there the next day. And that was my reaction. But making a decision to send it all second class would be better than not sending it at all. So decisions are important, and you've got to understand that you are a decision maker. I am good at making decisions, and your decisions won't always be right. When I've employed people, I've told them, if a situation comes up and you're not sure what to do, make a decision. And if it's right or if it's wrong, I'm going to back you to the hilt. But if you don't make a decision, I'm going to sack you. Okay? And that is the situation that I've had when I've been in charge of people. Make the decision. I'll back you up on your decision. Don't worry about that. I'll back you. But if you don't make a decision, you're no good to us at all. You can go. Okay? So you've got to make decisions. You've got to accept that I am a decision maker. I'm good at making decisions. And you've got to understand that you won't always be right in the decisions you make. But making a decision leads to, it's an action, and actions get a reaction. And from that reaction, you have something to gauge your success by. And if it's the wrong reaction, a reaction you didn't want, then you know you're going in the wrong direction and you can change. Making no decisions gets you nowhere. So I am a decision maker. And the seventh one, I believe, is one of the most important. I am dedicated to leading a balanced life. Okay? There's an expression, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And that's true. We should split our life. It should be balanced in so many ways. It should be balanced in having time alone to yourself. And this is your time where you look inside yourself and where you want to go and how you want to get there. And it's a time that I use for meditation, to set yourself up for the day, and at the end of the day to wind yourself down, to get into that spiritual area. You may not be spiritual, but you still need time alone, time to yourself. You must take that, and you must take that quiet time and treasure it. So you need that private time alone, but you also need family time. You've got family and friends, and you need to balance time to spend with them. And of course, you have your business time, and you need to make that effective. You need to, as we talked about, I am in charge of my time. I can't remember how I put it before, but you are in charge of your time. Your time is valuable. You've got to value your time, and you can put a financial value on it. Say, yeah, okay, I'm worth $1,000 an hour or $500 an hour or whatever value you want to put on your time. And once you believe that you are worth that value, then you've got to say, okay, I shouldn't be doing tasks that pay below that. I should be paying people to do those tasks. I should be paying them to do that. I don't want to be doing minimum wage activities if I am worth a lot more than minimum wage. So you've got to put in your business time as well. And you've got to have fun. You've got to have leisure. You've got to have enjoyment. Now, sometimes this is mixed with your family time or your friends' time. Sometimes it's involved in your quiet time, but you've got to have that element. So you've got to link the body, mind, and soul in balance. They've all got to be in balance, and you've got to be aware of having a balanced life. all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. You don't want to be a dull boy, but you don't want to be all play either. You've got to achieve things. You've got to look after your family, your friends, your responsibilities. You've got to manage your time well, and you've got to have fun and try and build fun into everything you do. But it's good to set some time aside for just fun events. I was talking to a guy earlier today while I was walking the dog, and he said he said to me, "How are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm doing great." And he said, "Are you keeping busy?" I said, "Oh yeah, I always keep busy." He said, "Yeah." He said, "There's so much to do, isn't there? I can't understand how people can get bored." He said, "Maybe they're just lazy." And it set me thinking, how do people get bored? I know people who said to me, "Oh, I'm so bored, I can't," and they sit there and they watch TV because they're bored, and the TV's boring anyway, isn't it? And build activity into your life. Get those elements in there. Get the fun in there. Get the quiet time for yourself in there. That's so important. That will stop you getting bored, because it'll set you up for the day. And at the end of the day, it's such a reflective time. It's wonderful. And take on your responsibilities, both in business and in your family and friends relationships. You should never, ever be bored. And so those are the couple of I ams I have for you today. Let me just see if we've got to. Just checking the comments again now. I am positive. Yeah, that's a good one. I am positive. I am focused. I just sit on the panel. No, you do a lot more than that, Dave. I know you're joking, but I know how active you are. I am victorious. Scully, I am a Geordie. I am reliable. Some great I ams here. I am hungry. Oh, like it. Just so you sacked the old Matrix team. Yeah, I did. Please try to check on my account information again. If you submitted the correct information, then it'll be actioned. If it's the wrong information, then it won't. Eventually, you'll get an email telling you that we've had a form and it's not right, or whatever it is that you're asking about. I can see it only GBR flag alone there. Can we have others around it, please? It's the only one I've got here, because I'm in the UK, and I always respect the flags of the countries that I reside in, even though I'm a citizen of the world. Have you posted these I ams, Mr. Graham, anywhere? I would love to write them all down, as I should have done as they were offered to us. No, but I did say I will put them into a course, and when we get the new site and we get them all, we'll make it available as a paid course for the Millionaire Mindset. I did mention that about 20 years ago, when I was early days online, I had a course, Millionaire Mindset, which I sold. Initially, I sold it for I think $97. And I didn't make a lot of sales, but I made 200 or 300, which adds up a little bit when you get there. But after I'd stopped selling it, then I used to use it as a hook. It was, I started giving it away eventually, as an email capture thing. Get my free course on Millionaire Mindset and this sort of thing. But I don't know what's happened to it. But I have been working on this new section here, and I've got notes on it here, which you see me going over here like this. I'm referring to my notes, and so I will put it together in a course format, and we'll decide on a price for it. I don't want to make it too expensive, but I want to make it. I want to give it some value. I don't. There's nothing new in it, really. It's just an accumulation of ideas, and I don't want to be in the ranks of the people that put accumulation of ideas, call it a training or a seminar or whatever, and charge thousands of dollars for these things, and then you get a license to sell them. We're not into that type of attitude. I want it to be available to anybody. It may be like $10. It may be that we need to make it a bit more expensive. Otherwise, people may think that it's not of value. But we'll sort it out, and we may have to try a few different price levels with it. And then when it's on the mall, the way the mall will work is if you send somebody to the mall and they've got your link in the mall, and they buy anything at all from the mall, then you will get credit for selling that item. And it will be a two-tier system. So you will get credit and your sponsor will get credit for the sale of that item. And it will be split 35% to you, 35% to your sponsor, and 30% to We Share Abundance. And that, of course, is not necessarily of the total price. If there is a cost involved, it'll be of the profit. Something like this Millionaire Mindset that I'll put together won't have a cost, because it's just something that I'll put together and put up there. So if it sells for $10, somebody buys it from your link or from somebody you've referred's link, then you'll get $3.50, and that will go straight into your Waves exchange. Okay. So that's how that'll all work. And I am unstoppable. Yeah, so am I. In fact, one of the things I write in addition, in my quiet time, I don't just sit and think and meditate. I also have a session where it takes me about 20 minutes, and I write down affirmations. And one of those is concerned with being unstoppable. How does it go? Unstoppable. I am grateful. We are in love. Okay, I am grateful to be living in unconditional, loving service, sharing God's abundance directly with over 5 million members that He sends to us. Have I got unstoppable in there? I don't know whether I did, but it's somewhere in there. When I get into the flow and all my affirmations are coming out, then, as I say, I write them every day, and I read my mission every day and my goals every day, and sometimes several times a day. I like to make sure that my focus is 100% on where I'm going, where this community is headed, and I don't let anything divert my attention from that. Okay, so good that you're also unstoppable anyway, Hope. And that's pretty much what I got for you today. And I don't see any more questions here. If I can get back into here, yep. And I don't see anything in the stream that merits attention either, because I get different questions up here than appear in the Facebook group. But good evening to anybody that is in that chat section. I'm not sure where it comes from actually. I've looked afterwards to see if there's anything in the comments in YouTube, and I don't see anything, so I'm not sure where that chat comes from. But anyway, that's it from me for today. Hopefully we'll get some reaction to the programming and site building for the new site. May have something to show you tomorrow, and we'll see how quickly Devyani can pick up. I'm sure she'll pick it up pretty quickly. She's very, very bright and dedicated, working on the new site with Christian, and hopefully that'll get us to launch that new site a little bit quicker. Don't think that once we get into launch, it's going to solve all our problems. We don't really have problems. The problems are all in your minds. But the situations that we have that you consider problems are not necessarily going to be all solved by the new site or the new sites. There'll still be issues. We'll still be moving forward and perfecting things and getting things to work better. But there will be improvements, and that is all that we can do. We just keep improving and improving and improving, and that is what we should all be aiming at. And that's another good I am, I suppose. I am improving each day. We shouldn't worry about being better than anybody else. We should be worrying about being better than we were yesterday. And if we can do that every day consistently, at the end of the year, my word, what a big difference you see when you look back on the past year. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.